All right. Hi, guys. First, Megan and I are going to talk. I'm going to go over some vital behavior stuff, and then Megan's going to talk about recruiting a little bit. But just wanted to do some admin things first. So 4 more days of the month. Let's finish out April strong, myself included. I have goals that I want to hit this month, and I'm not giving up till midnight on the 30th, so I hope you guys are with me on that. We just talked about this briefly, but apparently anyone that joined the waitlist for Summit, you can get a ticket for $195 now, and you should be, I guess, emails should be rolling into your inbox. So if you did sign up for the waitlist and you haven't gotten an email yet, keep an eye on your inbox, check your junk mail. My Beachbody stuff always goes over to like my promo tab for some reason. So in Gmail, check that. And then I don't know if you guys saw this, Carl Deichler went live. I think it was yesterday maybe or today. I'm losing track of the week. But anyone that signs a challenge pack between today and April 30th, the end of the month, is going to be entered into a drawing for $500. So that'd be cool. Hammer and Chisel still on sale this month, and I think a lot of us got our shirts finally, all of us on like Saturday and Sunday. So since it is on sale, wear your shirt, take a picture, talk about it, promote the program. If anyone was interested in trying it, now might be a good time since it's $160. And then Ultimate Reset is on sale. Megan, I think, is starting on Monday. But I believe it really only goes on sale once a year. So if you're thinking about trying it now or really in the next couple months, I would say jump on it and buy it now. And I'm looking forward to hearing how it goes, Megan. I don't know who's on the call from my girls, but sorry, I'm going to steal the limelight for them for a second for my coaches. So congrats, Lindsay, Kyla, Katie, and Jody, who are all already in Success Club this month. And all of you guys are awesome. But Jody, I'm going to put you on the spot. I hope you don't mind for a second. We talked, and I hope you don't mind me sharing this, but she was like just kind of feeling really down after the last 2 months and questioning herself and like just, doubting herself and why she was doing this. And then went to Super Saturday, and it just lit a fire under her and has just come out this month with a vengeance, and it's kicking butt. So I'm really proud of you and glad that you're sticking with it. Anything you want to, what have you been doing this month that's different from last month, do you think?
I'm being consistent. I'm not letting the frustration from the last couple months. I think Tony definitely got me fired up because he's my BFF now. And I fell in love with 22-minute hardcore, and I felt like I hadn't felt in love with the program for a little bit, even with Hammer and Chisel. So, when we say show up every day, I really think that does, it ignites something within you, I think, and kind of just your passion for what we actually are doing. But I also think, like I said, I kept consistent, and I didn't let that deter me from, what I was trying to do. And some of the people that I've been talking to over the last few months are the people that really started me off on a strong foot this month. So consistency is key. And like we always say, last month's no could be this month's yes. So that's all.
It's true. I see your posts every morning. I'm like, man, I got to put one out there. Such a good reminder. And you're right. I have to say, Megan, maybe you can talk about this too, because if you're not enjoying a program, then and you aren't excited about working out every day, then maybe that's not the program for you, and that's okay. And I know, Megan, you had that experience this month.
Yeah, so I'll just say real quick, I was really pumped up for hardcore, especially because we met Tony and everything, and I really do like it, especially because it's so short. But with it, I mean, my diet wasn't totally off. Like now I'm eating like a pig because I'm going to do the reset. And I feel like that's an excuse, but it's not. So don't use that as an example. But I wasn't eating that terribly. And it just like that kind of exercise I found is not what my body like uses to lose weight, to tone. It's the weights and the hammer and chisel, 30-day or 21-day fix sort of thing. So I backed out and I felt really bad because I felt like I gave up on our team and our group and results and stuff like that. But I also know it wouldn't have been fair to me to give a review at the end and put it out there to clients and customers, on social media if I knew for sure I didn't stick to the plan 100% and then just said the workouts didn't work for me. So I'm going to go back to it eventually, probably when Country Heat comes out. We'll go from there. But yeah, so I mean, if you guys feel like something's just not working for you, and Molly told me this, she said that, she would never tell a customer or a client to stick with something if it wasn't working for them. Like she'd obviously tell them to like go back to what or try something different. So just because we're not a failure, just because we said we were going to commit to 60 days of hardcore and then I gave up. Like I didn't give up. Like I could really tell it wasn't working for my body. So if you feel like you have to change and do something else, but find what works for you and then, pretty much promote that.
Yeah. And that's how I was with Hammer and Chisel. I love the program, but I think I'm not quite at my weight loss point to do a program like that where I'm not seeing the scale drop. And I know we say that it's not just that number, but when you still have significant numbers to lose and you don't see them, it was really like I was trying to love something that I wasn't ready for, really.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm with you.
That's true. And I don't know, Megan, maybe like it's the program's not right for you right now, but down the line it would be. So you never know. It's always something that's right. Find your soulmate workout, Katie. Amen. All right. So I'm going to jump into, I hope you all know the vital behaviors, and they just added a fourth one, which if you were at Super Saturday, they kind of debuted, but Carl Deichler, the CEO, had a little podcast, or I don't know what it was, but it should have been my podcast, about the vital behaviors. And he said some really good things, especially about inviting, that we wanted to just pass along, because I think when people hear invite, so the four vital behaviors now are invite, be proof the product works, personal development, and now recognition being the fourth. When people hear invite, even me still, like sometimes in certain aspects, it sounds scary, right? And you're like, how could I possibly just reach out to someone and invite them to a challenge group or to coaching? Like that seems crazy. And funny enough, I feel like a lot of us in the last week or two have had experiences where like we've just been added to groups, or I had someone message me asking me if I wanted to be a Beachbody coach that I don't know. I guess she didn't take a look at my profile. And whatever, it works, whatever it is. But this is the part that sets you apart from those other MLM streams. So this is the way you can think of inviting. 3 things: attract, connect, and invite. Okay, so attract. This is just when you're engaging in conversation with someone on Facebook, on Instagram, in person in your life, at the grocery store, whatever. And people attracting people to you to know that you're the one that can get them healthy and fit, or to find financial freedom as a coach. So it's really just attracting people and finding out what their goals are, and that you can be the person to help them achieve these goals. I think posting before and afters is a good way, especially today, Transformation Tuesday, of yourself or of your customers is a good way to attract people. And what I've been doing, and I think we did this on a call once, but I ask you to do it every couple days or every week, maybe on the weekends is a good time, is to just like pull up your Instagram or pull up your Facebook And if I was searching for me and I went on my Instagram and I'm looking at the first couple of thumbnails, like, what does it tell me about myself? So sometimes I'll look at it and I'll say, well, if someone looked at my Instagram right now, they'd know I have a cute son, I drink wine, I ate pizza and had ice cream, but there's nothing in there about like me working out or meal prepping. Even though I did all of those things, they weren't documented. So take a glance at your social media occasionally and recognize what it's saying about you and modify that if you need to. And that's how you can attract people to you to help them reach their goals. And then connecting, the second piece of this process, is the real part that I think sets us apart from those other MLMs. This is talking to people, finding out what their goals are, not selling to them, right? Like we're in this to help people. We are here to unlock the potential in people. We're allowing them to see the best version of themselves. We're allowing them to, get in pictures with their family for the first time and be excited, or go bikini shopping this summer and not hate what they see in the dressing room mirror. So these are the things that we can be proud of. These are the things that when we talk to someone and we get their goals and we're connecting with them, that we're doing for them. So start a conversation with someone, ask them, say happy birthday, ask them what they're doing on summer vacation, how their kids are, anything. All of those things can lead to a conversation about your healthy journey, and probably will. And that is, connecting with someone, not just adding them to a group on Facebook randomly, which we've all had experience with. And by connecting with someone, then that gives you the opportunity to invite them into a challenge group. So for example, like I think I sent out like 3 invites with people that I had connected with in a conversation maybe a month, maybe 2-3 months ago. Someone that had a baby but wasn't ready at that time to work out, or someone that said, wow, it looks like you have a lot of energy and you really know how to meal prep. Those are the people I can reach out to and I can invite to my May group, and not just saying, hey, join my challenge group, but we had a conversation and we had something that we connected on that level. And so I know I can invite them and it's not coming from a place of selling, if that makes sense. So think about that when you hear invite and it sounds scary. Break it down into those 3 areas, and I think that humanizes the process in Beachbody and in coaching, and it takes out that business selling if that's what's in your head and that's what's holding you back. The second thing being proof the product works. We're all hopefully doing that. But I think, like I said, if you look at your social media sometimes, you might not be reflecting that you're doing those things, that you're sharing your healthy journey with others around you, that you're posting sweaty selfies, you're meal planning, you're using your 21-day fix containers, whatever it is. So show everyone that what you're doing is a non-negotiable, that you are always getting in your workout every day, and that your life has changed in ways because of this. And that will help you attract those people to have the conversations with. And third thing, personal development. I'm going to start a post on the page because I would like to know what everyone's going to be reading in May. But I struggled with this. Like, first I didn't do it, and then I was listening to a bunch of podcasts, which I still do and I like. But it was very hard for me to sit down and read a book. So I finally jumped on the Audible book wagon, and I'm like flying through books a week now. So I have like 2 hours in the car every day. But I think it is a personal thing. And I always say, if there's something like that month, the previous month, or in general that you think you're struggling with, if it's like just putting yourself out there or being confident, or I don't know, maybe one month you're doubting yourself in the business, like those are the areas that you need to find a book about and to read about, and that will really shift your mindset. So I just finished You're a Badass, and that was awesome. I liked it anyway. So I'm still looking for my book for May. So I'll start a post, and we can all say what we're going to be reading and hold each other accountable to that. I'm not paying attention to the chat. Okay, you guys are just chatting. Okay, and the fourth thing, the new one, is recognition. And actually, the National Wake Up Call, if you guys listened to it this week, talked about this too. But, it's just like, it's such a simple thing. We all live in a world where we're just like operating in our own little bubble, and we're going about our day to day, and people want to be recognized for what they're doing. And so it doesn't have to be like this big, you lost 50 pounds or you went diamond or anything like that. It can be like the simplest things. It can be if you signed on a new coach in your team, like them putting out their first post, because that's scary, right? Like putting out your transformation. It can be someone in your challenge group that's like constantly lifting up and motivating others, or it can be someone that's just starting their journey, someone that drank their shake that day, like very simple things. You can recognize people for, thank them publicly, and I think that really helps them keep momentum and enthusiasm. It's very easy for people when they start this process to have that momentum, but then people fall off, right? They lose like the passion, they lose the initiative halfway through or one round of 21 Day Fix through, and they get bored. And that's why we're there in the challenge group, obviously. But I think reminding people of what their why was, why they started, reaching out to them, recognizing them, it helps keep them motivated. And that can all happen through recognition. So 4 things, but the most important thing we wanted to touch on was just that shift in thinking about inviting. It's just like, it's connecting with people. That's what this is all about. So does anyone have any questions, or we can jump into Megan's stuff if not. I hope that helps. Yes, they do. Challengers love recognition. You're right.
Let me actually ask you guys something, because recognition, like publicly, is something that I feel like I struggle with. So have you guys reached out to people in your challenge groups or in the team, and you're like, do you want me to recognize you publicly or not? Because I have in some ways, and some people have come back to me saying they didn't want that.
Yeah, I asked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do too. Because I had one girl, like when she first, or, like I'll post stuff kind of anonymously too, but
yeah,
they'll recognize it. But yeah, I've definitely had people be like, I don't want to be, because people are like, when they're first starting this, they're embarrassed.
Yeah.
They don't want to be like, of course when they've lost the 50 pounds, then they want to be celebrated, but like, no one, maybe I'm just like over in my hole starting my journey, and I don't want anyone to know.
Okay.
Yeah, I asked. There's I did a post a couple weeks ago about 3 girls that work together, and I went because they just encourage each other so much, and so I was just like, do you guys care if I kind of share how you guys are supporting each other, to kind of show people that you can make that support system at your workplace too. So, and they were like, oh yeah, that's fine, you can tag us. But
yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, I think some people, definitely. Or I've also known some people, one person I asked and they were like, I'd rather you not, because I have someone else on my social media that's a coach and I didn't go with them. So it's definitely smart to ask them, because they don't want the other person to get offended.
Yeah, I always ask challengers. I think it's coaches that I've tried to recognize, and they're like, but I don't know. I felt like myself, I want that pump up. But so if you don't, you need to tell me. And I'll still ask you from now on. Okay, so I was just going to talk about building your team. And something that's come up recently to me that kind of made me feel badly, but it shouldn't, because I think Katie and I have discussed before, we are the people who just say sorry for everything. Well, I need to get over that, and I'm not that person anymore, and I know I didn't do anything wrong. But I think a big part of building a team some parts of it can make you feel like scummy a little bit, maybe, or maybe that's just me. So I want to just kind of go over a few things with you guys that can totally make it, you know, non-scummy and genuine. Basically, when I first started, where many of you guys are, I didn't recruit. And I don't really like that term because, you know, it's like an ugly kind of term, but I didn't like try to build a team. And it's probably because I was like, who is gonna want to link arms with me in this when I make like, you know, double what my Shaco costs? That's like nothing to people sometimes, and nobody's gonna want to take this on. So I didn't even like ask anybody to join in with me. And it was more or less just my challengers who had good stories, who I was like, do you think you want to run a challenge group? Because you're kind of inspirational and awesome at this. But now that I look back, like there's so much more you can share about the business than just monetary. So I know I talk about it a lot for me, but a lot of it is this, all of your pretty faces on this page, and just, you know, keeping me going throughout the day, like seeing your posts in the team, you know, questions, like things like that. It's just these people that I would have never connected with outside of this. So you might have seen my post on Sunday night, and Sunday nights I try to do opportunity posts. And this Sunday night I did it all about just me wanting like friends, which might sound kind of silly, but just wanting like support and people in my corner, and that's it. So if you don't have, you know, you're $1 million earner and you can't post about that, I don't either. Don't worry about it. But post that what other positive things you do have. That you, because of your coaching, you are now more accountable. You are helping other people. You have formed new friendships. You have reconnected with people from like high school, whatever. People over the internet that you never met before. Talk about those kinds of positive things too, because not everybody is in it for the money. And not to make that sound a bad way, but not everybody is looking at it to build a huge successful business. Some people just want that other connection with people, and this is how they do it. And that's awesome. Because really that's what I got into it for. It wasn't until I realized there could be more out of it that I was like, I'm going to run more. So that being said, be genuine and share what it's done for you. I would encourage you guys to tell more people about the coaching opportunity, even where we're all at now. And when, you know, the hardest part is going to be, you're going to think, I have my sister, I have my best friend, I have this person, that person that I know is going to want to do this with me. And I don't have any of those people with me on the team. Everybody is people that I would have never imagined. And I love that so much more. Because I don't know, it's the value I've gotten from all of you is so much more than if I just had my sister join and like forced her to run with me, you know? So think outside the box and come up with like a dream team list that you might think you want to create and like have a partner with and run with. But just know that that's going to change on like a month-to-month basis. But I would keep an evolving list going of the type of people you can envision working with and talking to and asking a question, not feeling dumb, and, you know, wanting to share a hotel room with 5 girls, and, you know, all this sorts of stuff. And people just getting you when someone doesn't buy a challenge pack and they buy it off Amazon or whatever. So think of like all the different types of people and keep them on a running list, kind of like you do people you want to invite to your challenge groups. But also think about it genuinely. Like, are they the type of person that you want to genuinely be friends with and you want to learn more about them and get to know them better? And you could see yourself hanging out, having a drink with, and just shooting the shit. Because ultimately, like, that's what we're all here for. We're all from different parts of the country. We all work different schedules. but we all found time to pop on tonight at 8 o'clock and just hang out. So you got to find your people. And when you go out seeking those people, and this is the part that I felt icky about when I started to realize I needed to build a team. I was going out looking for people, and I felt like, is that wrong? Like I'm actively seeking out people to be on my team? No, because I wanted people on my team that I knew were like me, that I wanted to hang out with, get to know better, that I could laugh with, that I could talk about my kid with when I just want to like drink wine all night. People that I knew wanted to lead a healthier lifestyle and also give that to other people. Like those are the type of people I search for. So if I've met you on the internet, if I've connected with you like that, if I've talked to you years ago, but we haven't talked in years, like, I don't know, like it's not icky. It's not, I hope you never feel that way. It's because I actually see potential and I can see like running with you in this and making something great for you and something that this opportunity can do for your life. Not just, dollar signs, but health, fitness, friendships, all that kind of stuff. So be genuine about who you are recruiting. If you are searching people out on Instagram, really look at their pages and try to connect with them on something. Don't just use a script, and don't just, send out 10 messages a day to all these random people and see who bites. Like genuinely try to find your tribe. And those are the people that will genuinely probably answer you back, because they will go to your page and they will be like, this chick has her own chickens and I want all these eggs too. This girl is a nurse and I'm a nurse and we get each other because shift work sucks. Like you go to those pages and you look at those people and you realize like there's something little itty bitty that you connect with, and they're going to be the ones who genuinely get back to you. So just be genuine about it. When I say don't use a script, don't just send people the same thing over and over. Make it about them. Make it about, you saw they were going crazy in Target with their kid and you do the same thing. Like you love going and drinking wine on the weekends too and eating your pizza. Like keep it real with them and they're going to connect with you more. But don't be afraid to recruit. So you have to realize that the people you have now, even though you are all awesome and I love all of your faces for being here, we don't know what's going to happen next month, in 6 months. And that is not to say that anybody is going to just flake out and they're done and they don't want to do this, but you just don't know what happens in life. So you always have to be bringing more people to your team. You just can't count all the time that the first, 8 people that made you diamond are the ones that are going to hold you diamond and then be your 8 stars. Can't do that. And there's a shit ton of people out there that don't even know about this opportunity. So don't be afraid that you're like spamming them. Just ask. You have nothing to lose. So, one more thing. Hashtags. So on Instagram, if you are actively searching people to ask to join your team on Instagram, and you are searching them through hashtags, search hashtags that you can relate to. I wouldn't advise you to ask people to join the business or talk about it if they just like to post, because there are a lot of programs out there now that will just automatically like your posts. People can like sign up for this. I don't advise it. But people don't even realize they liked your post. It's like this machine they have. So that way their name is brought up, you reach out to them, and then maybe they can do something in return. And to me, that doesn't really seem genuine. What's more genuine is seeking out your people that get you, that you want to hang out with. So search the hashtags for more of your business opportunities. And that's what I have on recruiting. Does anybody have a question? I know I'm all over the place all the time. It's okay. Nothing? Gosh, I never have questions. Okay. Well, let me just say that there is a ton of rooms left on at the Beachbody rate. Not a ton. I don't know how many, but I was just able to bring up, and I could reserve another room for the Beachbody rate at the hotel we all have right now. I currently have 2 rooms, and there's confirmed 6 of us going. Right?
Does that include me or
7.
not me?
So now 7. 7 confirmed, and Anne and Kelsey are maybes. And then whoever else can physically get a ticket. So it's looking like I'm going to need to get a new room, or a third room, only because the amount of people and bathrooms and stuff like that. So I don't mind booking another one if people think that they're going to really go, but I think I'm going to get charged the deposit, which is like one night, which is not a big deal, but I'd hate to like go back and cancel and lose out on that. So I will hold off tonight, but maybe if in the next day or 2 people can figure out, who came off the wait list, if they're going to go, who can get a ticket. Now that Jeff Hill made that announcement, I would be happy to book another one, like tomorrow night or the following.
What is the rate?
For what, the room?
Yeah.
It's $191. I think it came out to like $230 with taxes and fees.
Okay. Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, it was like, let me see if I can pull up the site. The rate itself is $191, and then taxes and fees on top of that, I think it came out to $230 total a night. But then we were splitting it 3 ways for 3 nights. So I think the total was, does anybody on here remember who's going, what I said? I think it was only like $250 something.
Yeah, it was like, or like less than around 300 for like all the nights.
I think it was less than 300.
Yeah, I think you got it. I think you got it, but like the first one was like $335, but then when you switched, I got a
cheaper one. So yeah, it's definitely less than 300. So even if we do 4 to a room, but we have 3 rooms, that'll still be low.
Who is the 6th person coming? Or I thought it was 5. Is someone else definitely coming? Yay!
Oh, you're right. It was 5. It was 3 and 2. So Jody makes 6.
Woo! Go Jody! So
6 confirmed, and then anybody else, I'm happy to book the other room under the same reservation.
Megan, it was $268.
Oh, perfect. There you go. So that was for 5. So with more, it will be even less. Yeah. So hold on. What's going on in the chat? Who was the 6? Kelsey, number 1, 2. Okay. Cutting off. Sorry. Yeah. So Amy, Nevada, Caitlin, everybody else on here has a ticket pretty much. Yeah, it's just my girls. So let me know if you get the emails, if you are in, and I'd like to book it like by tomorrow so I can make sure we're in the same hotel. And yeah, but if I can give you any like little piece of advice before we hang up, it's that last year when I started coaching in February or in March was when I ran my first challenge group. Summit was in July, and I had thought about going, and I think the same thing happened. I think they opened up the whole list, and Brian and I talked about it, and it was like, I'd have to pay for my ticket, airfare, hotel, fine, whatever. But neither one of us thought too much about it, even though I was kind of like, I know I'm in this for the long haul, but I just kind of wish I went. I think it would have gave me a slighter edge. I know Platinum Edge, when I went in November, gave me that edge and that push. That's when, I went 1 star within 3 months of going diamond. So it definitely does make a difference. And I can't speak for Summit, but I can speak for Platinum Edge. Even though the ticket is expensive, it's out of this world amazing, and it will give you that foundation, all the speakers, everything you need to know. So if you can't go to Summit, we'll talk about Platinum Edge, next call or something. But let's talk in the next few days if you can legit go to Summit, and I'll get another room. I think we're going to cut off. Okay. All right, girls. Let me and Molly know if you need anything, questions about tonight, and post them maybe in the comments of the team page for the link, and we can go from there. Okay? But 4 more days, SC5, y'all got it. Invite, recruit, whatever you got to do. You want to get that free apron, right?
Oh.
I mean, it's a good giveaway. I'm not going to wear it. All right, girls. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.